That's right. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Of course, Expresso on S3. And I feel like we've reached the halfway point of the show, which means it is time to get into a refuel when it comes to RUSKS and our delicious coffee. And then, of course, the even more delicious company of our very special Tamara Snow, which we'll talk to in just a bit. But if we're being honest, between you and I, we know that some days it's a jog around the block to get us going. Other days it's just a stretch in the slippers. But when the season and the sweaty season is done, there's one recovery move that never, ever fails, and that is dipping out with our Ouma. So from hot yoga mishaps to boot camp before sunrise regrets, we've all tried a fitness fad that ended with an awkward exit. And this week we want to hear those hilarious stories. So did your friends rope you into a trend that sounded great until halfway through you found yourself reaching for your tea and RUSKS instead? We want you to post your story on the competition post on the Expresso socials using hashtag #DipOutWithOuma. And the great news is that you could win 2,000 Rand cash, plus a hamper filled with your favorite Ouma RUSKS, because that is a trend worth sticking with. Now, Tamara Snow, girl, welcome to the couch. How are we feeling today?
Thank you. I am feeling so good. It's been a big week, but I'm so happy to be here with you guys
Can
today.
you just fill us in a little bit? Why has it been such a big week for you? What adjustments are happening in your life?
Friend, you know, because you were there, I took a big step back from radio to focus on real estate. Radio has been such a huge part of my life. I mean, for the last 20 years, to be honest, with the better half of that at Good Up FM on the Great Drive. So I was very emotional. I was in my feels, but I felt all of the love.
I feel like as soon as I stepped in, I was like, oh, stop it. Because I've seen your journey, I think, since I stepped in about 2015, 2016, and you've been there doing everything, really. You know, being a presenter of a show, being a traffic host, being a co-host as well. And I know that you and Kay have a very special bond. So there must have been a bit of an emotional ride to not even say goodbye, just an intermittent farewell.
100%. It's not goodbye. It's just see you soon.
See you soon.
I am so in love with radio and the entertainment industry, so there's no doubt that I'm going to keep a foot in there, you know, for years to come still. And
don't worry, we're going to have your Ouma RUSKS and coffee waiting for you when you do decide to come back. But I've got to ask you on the front of fitness, I know it's quite challenging in this season because nobody wants to get out of their bed. But when it comes to a fitness trend you thought was a moment but ended in not a moment, a dip out moment. What was that?
Friend, there's been a few, I'm not going to lie. I am that person to try those fads. So from weight training to wearing those belts, you know, those weight trainers.
I've seen those.
The hot yoga, I was there for that. But the one that comes to mind when we're talking about dipping out, and hopefully dipping out stylishly, is, you know, those Zumba YouTube videos in your lounge. Let me tell you, the moves were dramatic. The facial expressions were everything. But, you know, if those lounge walls could talk,
what would they say?
That I wasn't quite Beyonce. But okay.
But is it about how you look or how you feel?
How you feel. I must
what
say,
I'm saying.
I caught myself in the mirror though at one point and I was like, girl, sister.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, time to dip.
Oh, dip it out. So what is your go-to fitness that you do right now?
Right now, I love a good jog, but you know, the weather's been a bit dicey.
Absolutely.
So I've been in the gym, and I've gravitated back towards weight training.
Nice.
Weight training has been everything for me. So I follow a little bit of a program. I'm one of those people in the gym that's on my phone.
You must be.
You know,
what am I doing next?
Okay, that's how I do it. This is how, okay, that's the form. Let's
Carry
go.
the one, add the two.
You know,
I
that's
get
me.
You. Well, I've learned from Ryle, like form is everything, but as long as you're sweating, that's a good thing.
100%.
Beyonce or not Beyonce is what I'm saying. We're having a good time, especially now with our Ouma RUSKS. Let's have a dip out moment tea. You can go ahead and grab yours. Now tell me, what is, I always ask, what's your go-to? How many dips do we do when you drink your RUSKS with your coffee?
At least 2, optimal 3, I would say.
Really? Mine's 5.
No way.
Now I'm feeling like I'm doing too much. Okay, let's see who does this right. Okay, 1, 2.
Yeah, there we go.
Is yours at it?
I think that's it, man. It's still got a bit of a crunch, which is great.
Right. Oh. Fantastic. What a great flavor too.
Right?
Doesn't it taste like hot cross buns to you?
It really does. It reminds me of Easter.
Yeah. Easter time or any time of the year. Listen, it's great to catch up with T. Tell me you're still sticking around, T.
I definitely am still sticking around. I am going to be around the mic, behind the mic. Every now and again, you are going to hear me. Today, I'm on your screens. You are going to see me every now and again.
Yes.
So it's not the last you've heard of Tamara Snow.
Oh, and I love to see that. I love to hear it. And of course, you can catch her on your socials and right here, because in a bit, we get into some entertainment news. But now, Expresso fam, I've got to remind you about our wonderful competition. Get your entries in before it closes on Monday, the 7th of July. And don't forget to use that hashtag, okay? It's Dip Out with Ouma. You heard Tamara's Dip Out story. Let's hear yours too. And T's and C's, of course, can be found on expressoshow.com.
Dip out with Ouma this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.